Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe. This is your IT teacher Sumit Sadana, and welcome back again to IT class. In today's video, we'll discuss about two topics which are getting displayed on your screen. That is session 1, appreciate the concept of database management system, and the other one is session 2, which is create and edit tables using Wizard and SQL commands. We have already discussed in our offline classes, right, and in our online classes too, but just for your clarity, just for the proper explanation, through our YouTube channel, I'll be recording it for you. So let's start. The first session is appreciate the concept of database management system. You must know beforehand some terms, like starting with DBMS. What is basically data, right? And what do you mean by information, and what is the difference between data and information? So a data is basically the raw facts and figures which are unprocessed, and after processing that raw facts and figures, that unprocessed data, whatever result or output we get, that is known as the information. So basically data is the unprocessed data, information is the processed data. Clear? So you can take an example of any addition, subtraction, like you're doing multiplication of two numbers, 2 multiplied by 5, and in the processor means whatever process will be there will be executed like 2 multiply by 5, that is multiplication is the process we have to do. 2 multiply 5 is equal to 10, so the output would be the 10. So 10 is the information and 2 multiply 5 is the data. Okay, so let me open that application for you so that we could do some practical things also related to the topic. So for this database management system, we have n number of softwares, n number of database packages which helps us in managing or organizing the data, right? Like you have, I'm opening on screen, you can see OpenOffice base. Okay, this is the first option, right? Next would be your LibreOffice. You can also see that LibreOffice base. Okay, next will be your MySQL. Let me write for you. Some DBMS packages are OpenOffice base, LibreOffice base, PostgreSQL, MySQL, SQLite, FoxPro, right, and MS Access. Okay, IBM DB2 is also the package. Oracle 8i, 9i, 11, 12c, etc. So these all are basically the examples of DBMS packages which helps us in maintaining, creation, maintenance, managing, manipulation of the data, right? So first of all, the data definition is given that what is a database. A database is an organized collection of data, right? So database is basically an organized collection of data, or you can say that collection of related data. Okay, this you can also tell, and you can visualize it as a container of information. You can take an example of a bucket and the balls. So you have 3 colored balls like RGB, red, green, blue, right? And you have a bucket, and you will be containing the balls in the bucket, right? So the bucket is acting as a container, means acting as a database, and inside the database we have number of balls, that is acting as data. Okay, and that is processed data, because we have uh, the different colors RGB, and we can easily identify which color is which is of the green color ball, which is of blue, which ball is of green color, like which ball is of blue or red color, right? We can easily identify. So that is already in organized form because we have colored the balls. So next example would be in a database, like the availability of the rooms in hotels. So whenever you go somewhere to just have fun, to spend your holidays and all with your family, with your friends, you normally used to book rooms, reserve your rooms prior going to the location. So what do? What do you just open the website, or search the rooms available or any suite according to the requirement, according to the uh, um, the family members, the number of members we are having in a family, right? So you ask from the reception, or you just make the query that how many rooms are vacant, how many are engaged. So you just have the database literally shown on your screens, and that helps you to find the suitable available rooms for your family, for your friends. So that entries, that data is basically coming from the database and is going in a in reality, like in real terms, right? Because many users, many customers used to reserve the tickets and all, used to reserve the rooms and all for their um, journeys and all, right? So the basic thing is the customer used to search over internet, or go to the reception, ask from the receptionist, or query from the online website how many rooms are there, what kind of rooms are available, what is the tariff, like, and like you wanna stay, if any scheme is going on, if any facility is provided, like rooms are having jacuzzis, geyser, everything is packed up in the rooms and all. So whatever available things are there related to the rooms are there in the database, and whatever you search will be displayed in seconds in front of you. Okay, so this is the basically example of database. So these are some database programs such as Microsoft Access, Base, MySQL, to organize the data as per your business need, right? So what is DBMS now? A DBMS is a software package with computer programs that control the creation, maintenance and use of a database. Very simple. So DBMS is basically a software package which helps us in creating, storing, maintaining, managing, manipulating and the use of databases which are so created. Okay. So a DBMS allows different user application programs to concurrently access the same database. Like if I am accessing the website of Indian Railways and you too are also searching on the same website, so DBMS allows different user application programs to concurrently access the same database. You are searching for your own source and destination journey, I am searching some other source and destination journey, like I am searching from Ludhiana to Amritsar trains, you are searching from Amritsar to Delhi. So that same database is there, but the queries are different. Okay, you are looking for some other location, I am looking for some other location. So this is something which is very good, because simultaneously we can do much things there. So I told you regarding some database packages which are here, right? And now there are two types of data. The first one is the flat file data, another one is the relational data. Flat file is basically the data is stored in a single table. You must know that what is a database and how we are creating it. So database, but whenever the name database is coming in mind of normal person, or in the mind of mind of database administrator or the students or the teachers, one thing is very much clear, that the data will be saved in the tabular form. That means in the form of rows and columns, right? In the form of tables. So flat file is basically a data which will be stored in the form of single table. Only one table is there. I'll show you the example. This is the example of flat file table. It's getting opened. It's opening here. So this is an example of flat file. So you have the data in the form of rows and columns, right? Rows and columns, and this is a single file, single workbook, and in single workbook we have different sheets. But this whatever data will save in this file will be a single file, right? We are not using different tables. We are using one sheet, and this whole sheet is in the form of rows and columns in the form of table. So this will be acting as a single flat file table. Okay, flat file data. Next is the relational, which is exactly RDBMS, the chapter name, Relational Database Management System. Data is stored in multiple tables, and the tables are linked using a common field. Means we are creating a relationship between those tables, right? I'll be telling you afterwards. There is an example which will make you clear about this. What is relational means? So data is stored in the form of multiple tables. Like you'll be creating different tables. Suppose you are running a company. So you have purchase department, you have sales department, you have a quality checking department, you have the accounts department. So different departments are there. Different departments will be dealing with different databases. So for sales department, we have n number of customers, the customer names, the company names. Suppose you are a large manufacturing company, right? Manufacturing unit, and you are, after manufacturing the products, giving the products or selling the products to different small scale industries, small scale companies, micro scale industries. So you must be having the record of each and every customer which you are having, right? So for that you are having different accounts, different ledgers, different account names. Like suppose you are having Ananya Food and Supply, right? You are having PepsiCo. These are the companies which you are having as a customer. So you are giving the bottles, the manufacturing bottles to them. So you'll be having different tables, records for each and every customer. So that is basically multiple tables. Your data, the customer's data will be saved in the form of tables, and you will be creating a relationship between them, so that the data must be secure, safe, and must be served very easily. Okay, if anyone wants to see the data, like no one wants to see the data, and you're not authorized to show your confidential data to each and everyone, but you can use it for for future use. Okay, so next is the database servers. So what are database servers basically? One term is there, common term is there, that is client server model, right? Client server model, basically I'll show you by writing something here. So client server. Okay, so you must see that if you are having one computer which is acting as a server, that is a mainframe computer. Okay, and the clients, suppose you are installing or setting up a live lab, computer lab or a digital lab, and you want to have a mainframe computer there, right? So what you will be doing, you will be installing operating system which is known as server. You can take an example of Windows 2008 R2 Enterprise server, right? You will install on any of the system, and you will make that system a server, and you will connect all rest of the computers, whatever you are having, whatever the requirement you are having for your digital lab or your computer lab. You will be connecting those. Like take an example of 20 systems, 20 computers will be connected with that one computer. Okay, and that server will be acting as a main computer, and 20 computers will take the permissions, will take the duties or the commands from the server computer, the mainframe computer. Okay, so whatever data the these 20 computers, 20 systems will be doing, whatever data they will be processing here, right, will be served solely by this computer. And this is a database. The server is also known as a database server because every data will be stored in one computer and the rest of the computer will only access that data. They won't be having their own CPUs and all, right? They will be having just their keyboard, mouse, their screen, and that's it. And one device known as an computing device, right, which helps them to connect with this server. Okay, so means in the server we'll be having a dedicated LAN slot where we'll be having more than 20 RJ45 ports, connecting ports, with which will these 20 computers will be connected. Okay, so database servers are basically dedicated computers that hold the actual database and run only the DBMS and related software. You cannot, if you have created one database server, you cannot do other work on that. You must do the related topics only. You must cover, you must save the database related to your topic only. You can't do the personal thing on database because that is a dedicated computer that is solely made for database only, saving the data. Okay, next is RDBMS. What is RDBMS? Basically is a relational database management system which is based on relational model, as I told you, as and was introduced by EF Code of IBM San Jose Research Laboratory, right? So Edgar F. Code is the person which has created a database model based on the first order predicate logic, first formulated, proposed in 1969 by Edgar EF Code, right? EF Code is Edgar F. Code. Okay, so the purpose of the relation model is to provide a declarative method for specifying data and queries. Means users directly state what information the database contains and what information they want from it. Means why the relational model is there? Because every data will be very much clearly saved there, stored there, right, created there, so that if the user want in near future the data, right, to search, so he or she can easily know what information the database is having and what information they are looking for. Exact accurate information must come if they searched for that particular information or the data. Okay, so that is why it is known as relational database management system. Everything is made up with a relation, okay, in between the tables. So now take an example. This is a very common example. I'll give you this one. Alright, so you create a table sales with all the details. Okay, so this is the order ID, this is customer name, customer address, phone, sale date, items code. So what do you think from this table, from this first entry? What you are thinking? That a customer named Sheila Arora, right, placed an order. That is why the order ID is here. Placed an order. She is living in Noida. The phone number is there. She has put the order on this date and she has bought 3 items. Okay, so next entry would be of Vaibhav Mittal. He has ordered something and he's from Ghaziabad. The phone number, he put the order on this date and 4 items were bought. Okay, so next is Saurabh Tayal. Next is again Vaibhav Mittal. So what do you think in this table could be the error? Like what kind of errors are there if you are able to find it? So is there any error in this whole table? Firstly, I'll tell you here the written, it's already written there. Do you see a problem here? Every time you sell an item to Sheila or Vaibhav or any other customer, you need to store the details again. Means this is a sales table which is very much complicated. Basically, it's not sophisticated. It's complicated, complex, because you have created this complex. Why order table or the sales table must be different and the details of the customer, means the client table, must be different. 2 tables must be there for saving and having the data clearly in your database. So for that, you just see here For this they have created two tables to make the data more clear. Okay, and these two tables are shown in front of you. First one is the client table, second one is the sales table. So in this table, basically what was the error? You are giving the customer details again and again, that is not a problem. Repetition of data is there with this. Okay, and the second thing, this is the name of the Weber Mittal, this is the name of the person, Weber Mittal. Okay, again Weber Mittal has placed an order. Now the spelling of Mittal goes wrong. It was double T, but by mistaken it was mentioned triple T. But how we able to identify that this is the same Weber Mittal? With the address and phone number. Okay, so this is totally or it is from Ghaziabad, and the number is also like changed. Okay, so you must see this. This is the same number. Okay, this is also the same number, but by mistaken you have entered the wrong credentials. So for this you must create the client table differently, like this. Client table, Sheila Arora, Noida, this is the phone number. Weber Mittal, this is the location, phone number, and so on. Total of 4 clients are there, and you are provided with the client IDs by the database itself, because database is the one which creates the uniqueness in the tables and all. Okay, data repetition is not allowed, and it won't let you to enter the same data again and again. Okay, it must be entered, and it will be entered once in the table. Okay, and this is it, the client table. Now is the sales table. So sales table, just do not consider this column first, just consider this order ID, sale date, and items bought. So now this is a sales table, but if we are not including this column, means the details of the customer is missing here. Can you see that? Yes, by excluding this column we are not having the names of the customer, details of the customer, but by putting this column, client ID, and client ID is the column of client table. Okay, so this is known as column, and the horizontal thing is known as the row. Client ID, name, address, phone, these all are the columns. Columns are also known as fields, and columns are also known as attributes. Rows are also known as records, or also known as tuples. Okay, I told you earlier also. So this is the sales table where we have a order 789, and who has placed an order? Client ID with 0000001. So 0000001 relates to Sheila Arora, and she will pick each and every detail of client ID, of this client ID. Okay, so repetition has just overcome. We don't have the problem of repetition now again, because single person can place an order n number of times according to their desire. So this is Sheila Arora, who has placed an order here on 1st of November 2012, and again she placed an order on 3rd of November 2012. Okay, and this is 790 placed by Weber Mittal, again placed by Weber Mittal, and again placed by Weber Mittal. So 3 times the Weber Mittal has placed an order. So it is very much clear with this. Okay, now this thing, there are 2 terms. The first one is the primary key, second one is the foreign key. So primary key is the key which identifies the unique value, right? Basically primary key is a unique value that identifies a row in a table. Okay, means it is a unique value that identifies the full row in a table. This is the primary key which is set in the client table, that is client ID is the primary key here, because client ID will be different. If I want to search for a single person, so I'll be searching with the client ID. If I want to search any student in my school pad in the school, you are provided with different admission IDs and different admission IDs, right? Unique admission numbers, your student ID. Okay, so I'll be searching with the student ID. So whenever any problem is there, we used to ask from you that what is your student ID, what is your admission number. Okay, so that is same. That's why we are asking, because that shows us the unique information of yours, like the accurate information. So same with the sales table. In the sales table, order ID is the primary key for this sales table. So client ID is the primary key of client table. Order ID is the primary key of sales table, and the another one is the foreign key. Foreign key. Foreign key is basically the referral key, right? The referred field client ID which occurs in the sale table is known as foreign key. I'll tell you why it is known as foreign key, because client ID column is the primary key of client table, correct? But just told you beforehand that what is relational model, we are creating a relation between these two tables. Okay, so with the help of which column? With the help of client ID, we have created the relation in both the tables. And if the primary key of one table is going to or is getting added to the other table, right, and that will act as a foreign key. Like whenever any person from abroad is coming, we used to say that foreigners are coming. Okay, or the foreigners are coming. So because one person of different origin of country is coming to the other country. Okay, so this is the client ID when the primary key of one table is going to be added in the other table, and this will be acting as a primary key, foreign key for sale table. Client ID is a primary key of client table. Order ID is a primary key of sale table. But the primary key of client table, the primary key of client table is going and is getting added in sale table, and this will act as a foreign key of sale table, because this is not the primary key of sale table, this is a primary key of client table. Okay, simple. So that's it for session 1, and we are switching to the session 2, that is create and edit tables using wizard and SQL commands here. So I told you what is data, right? But now the new term, that is table. So table is basically a set of data elements or values that is organized using a model of vertical column and horizontal rows. Simply we can say that table is a combination of rows and columns which are placed or which are having arrangements of rows in a horizontal form and columns in the vertical form. Okay. Next is your columns. Columns are also known as fields, also known as attributes. The definition of column is that arrangements of the cells vertically. Rows, row also known as record or tuples, means the arrangements or the representation of the cells horizontally in a table of a database. Okay. Next, data types. So before entering any data, you are already aware of what kind of data you will enter. Suppose you want to mark your entry in a register. Okay, so what do you do? And there are some columns there, like date, like your name, student name, time in, what is the purpose, time out, and your signature. Just take an example. So you immediately get to know that under the date I'll be writing the date, and this will be the format. Okay, like date, month, and year, or y dd mm y dd slash mm slash y dd dot mm dot y. Okay, so these like dd dot mm dot y, or you can say dd slash mm slash y, or dd slash mm slash y, right? dd hyphen mm hyphen y. So many formats are there, or you will be writing dd then month and y. Okay, so many formats are there. Next is Data types. So what kind of data you will be entering in different columns will be told by data types. So um, database does not know about what kind of data you are thinking, right? But if you enter the data, they will came to know that this kind of data type, this kind of data is the type of this is getting added, right? So database are used to identify which type of data we are going to store in a database. Okay, so there are many types of databases, data types, sorry. Numeric, alphanumeric. Numeric means you will be typing in numbers. Alphanumeric you can write down the alphabets also, the numbers also, like your addresses, your location. Binary types, when you will be uploading any images or audio files and all. Date and time, you know that while entering date or specifying the time. Numeric data types are used for describing numeric values used in a table of a database. So there are many numeric data types available here in the form of table here. You can see easily. First one is the boolean. Boolean means 2. 2 means either yes or no, either 0 or 1, either true or false, right? Either on or off. Or you can say, you can take an example of boolean in gender also, either male or female, right? Or transgender. And next is your tiny integer. Tiny integer is store integer range between 0 to 255, that is the single digit to 3 digits. Okay, and if you are writing, you are taking a tiny integer data type and you are writing 256, that would be the invalid option, invalid integer. Okay, next is your small integer. Small integer basically store range between minus 2 raised to power 15 to plus 2 raised to power 15 minus 1. So I'll show you this. What is this? Small integers equals to power, there is a formula basically, we'll find out in exponential form. So this is minus 2 raised to power 15 and equals to 2 raised to power 15 minus 1. So you can take a range from minus 32,768 to plus 32,767, and if you write 32,768, it will be wrong. Okay, and if you write minus 32,769, then also it would be wrong. Okay, okay, because this is the exact range, this is the wrong thing, you cannot write beyond the range. Next is integer. Same base you can calculate. Big integer also range is there. Integer means numbers, you can add the numbers. Decimal, real, float, double, these all are being used to enter the decimal values. Okay, so here the decimal number is not coming because the formatting is not done properly. So I'll format cells. Number, how many you have entered? 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5. Okay, so the same I have got. So this will be the decimal form. Real, float, double will be used for entering the decimal numbers. Okay, next is the alphanumeric types. Alphanumeric types are if you want to add numbers and characters both. Okay, and long varchar, that is long variable and character. Variable is something which is holding any value, and during the execution of the program the value can be changed. Okay, that is known as a variable, where the value can vary, can be changed. These are so used for memo, right? For writing memo, that is shorthand writings, for short letters, short messages. Okay, and the length of maximum length can be specified by the user. This is the character. Whenever you are writing any name of a person, name of a location, popular location and all, you will be taking character, because character does not take the numbers. Okay, only characters. Variable character can take the character also, can take the numbers also. Okay, and variable varchar ignore case. Case means the uppercase or the lower case. This is known as upper, this is known as lower. So if you are writing print A, so and here a is equal to 25, a is equal to 90. So if you are writing print a, then the answer would be printed as 25 because it is a case sensitive language, and if you are writing print small a, then the answer would be 90. Okay, because that is a case sensitive language. Uppercase, lowercase, both are having different working in the databases. And if you want to ignore varchar ignore case, if you are writing, then if you write 92 here, 91, and if you are writing print a, right, so as both of them are same, just wait. Okay, if you are writing just a minute, yes. If you are writing small a print, then the answer will come 91. If you are writing capital A, then also the answer will be 91. Okay, so this is the difference. Next is binary types are used for uploading the images and sounds and all. Var binary, long var binary is the data type, and no validation is required. Stores any array of bytes, means any range of bytes. Date time, you know that for storing date of birth, date of admission, date of product sale and all, right, will be helping in the entering the date and time values. Okay, so these are the data type names, date, time or timestamp. Okay, these are some formats given, but we have a number of formats. We will select on our own. Next is other data types. Other data types are some Java objective data types which are not used nowadays, means we are not using in schools and all. It will be these are getting used in the professional lines, professional fields. So now launching OpenOffice Base. So let's start with our starting. So I'll go to start, all programs, OpenOffice Base. I click here. So it will ask for it's opening. It's not opening. It's not opening. Okay, it has come. This is the welcome page of OpenOffice. So we'll be opening database. Click on database. Now it will ask for whatever. What do you want to do? Like create a new database? Yes, we'll be creating the new database. Yes. Keep it on, click on finish, that's it. Now it will ask for where you want to save the database, what will be the file name. So I'll be writing practice online. Okay, I have pressed saved. So this is the layout. Okay, so let's see what are all steps. These are all the steps which we have covered now. Okay, next proceeding to this one. So we got this result. So now entering the table, so click on the create table in design view and click on the table in design view, and this window will appear, and one example is given to us to write it down, this one. So this is the field name, this is the data types, and these are the lengths so provided. So we'll be entering the same thing. Field name will be name, and this is a varchar. Name can come in character also, in variable character also, that is your choice, because text varchar. Okay, next is roll number. Roll number will be coming, they have written in tiny integer, we can also write it in tiny integer. Okay, next is date of birth. Date of birth, let me type all, class, phone, email, color, location. Okay, so date of birth will be date. Class can be in variable, can be in character. Okay, phone will be totally in integer, right? So we'll be taking integer there. Email varchar, variable character can come, color also var, location also varchar. Now the length, because they have given us the length 53 ddmmyy. So this is 50. Click here and you will be getting the length here. 50. Tiny is already 3 because we have a total of 255 digits. I mean 3 digits with the length to range 255 maximum. And next is date. You have different formats here. You can select this is the by default format I have selected. Class, for class I'll be writing 4 only, because I'll be selecting 4 because the class, if I'm writing in numbers, will be covered in 2 digits. If I'm writing in Roman numerals and all, then also it will covered in 4 digits, because if I'll take pre-nursery also, P and UR will be the short form. Nursery and UR, UKG, LKG, and first, second, third, fourth, fifth would be like this: first, second, third, fourth, till plus 2, means 3 digits are getting covered here. So I'll be taking 4. Next is phone number. 10 is the maximum range, you can change it. Email 50, color very big, make it 15, location can be 70 or 100, whatever is deemed it. Then Control S. After pressing Control S, it will ask for whatever, give the name to the table as details, right? Okay. Oh, there it is said that no primary key is generated, so I'll be putting the roll number as a primary key. Cancel. I'll be making a roll number as primary key. How? I'll move the cursor at this location, right click, and here, right click here, the gray or small cell, click primary. So the key is there, so roll number of this table is the primary key, right? As details. Okay, so the table has generated or created successfully. Now entering in the table, double click, Ravi, roll number 1, date of birth 24/9/1988, क्लास 10th, या तो मैं नंबर में लिखता था या रोमन नंबर से, फोन नंबर, email ravi@gmail.com, color where, location Ludhiana. Okay, and the second entry is Raj. Okay, Raj. So let's see, we have created a primary key, that is roll number. Now see whether the uniqueness is getting maintained or not. I am writing 1 intentionally, the roll number again. I'm copy pasting. Okay. Immediate after clicking any arrow key, this error message has come, that is error inserting the new record, violation of unique constraint, duplicate value for column roll number in statement. You can see that the uniqueness is still there. I will be writing 2, then only I can go to other parameters. If I'll be writing 1, I can't go to other parameters. Okay, so this is creating, primary key is working very fine, right? So copy pasting and date Raj, okay, so these 2 entries I have made, I have written, so I'll be just closing it. Okay, so now next, after entering the data, right, so let's see how we can see the data. Like 2 entries we have like entered here, input there in the S details. I'll be double clicking here, so I got the table, but this is a graphical user interface. What about the SQL commands? These create table using SQL, DDL commands, DML commands. Okay, so let me show you. The showing of the disclosing of the database will be done afterwards, right? So let me just show you the working of this SQL and DDL commands here. So what are SQL commands? Are basically used for manage and manipulate data in databases. So there are 2 types, DDL and DML, that is data definition list or data description list, and data manipulation list. First we'll be doing data definition or data description, that is commands that define the different structures in a database. Structure in the sense, Like whenever you are creating any table, what do? You just create a format, rows and columns, and give the heading only. You do not enter the data before the headings and all, okay, because that is the structure of a database. You are creating the structure in the form of tables of a databases, and these three commands are there: create, alter, or drop. Create means to create a new thing can be table, database, user. Modify means to alter and remove the database objects such as tables, indexes, users, that is with the help of drop reserved word, okay. So now they have told us to create a table with the help of SQL command. So this is the table student, so we'll be doing these also there. Create table student. So what we'll do, we'll go to tools, we'll go to SQL. This SQL command statement has opened, so we'll be writing here create. What to create? Create table, because create is a word, is a statement, DDL command which helps you to create different tables, different databases, indexes, and all. That's why I'm mentioning table here. If I want to create a user, I'll be writing create user this name, okay. If I want to write create database, so create database or database का नाम, ठीक है. So I'm creating a table here, so I'll be writing create table. Name of the table is student, then bracket start. Then the format is, you have to start with the inverted comma, and this is student ID, stud underscore ID, sorry, inverted comma close. Now this is the column basically which is in inverted comma, and now telling the data type. So this will be the integer data type, and this would be acting as primary key, okay, comma. Next column is student name close, and the name में कोई नंबर नहीं आता, so we'll be taking character, और character की length मतलब 20 letters तक लिख सकते हैं including the space. Space include जरूर करनी है इसमें, ठीक है. और जब भी अब हम database का काम कर रहे हैं तो you must include the space here. Next is your student class, inverted comma close. So varchar you can take, varchar 20 is the limit. And next is student address, okay. Address also can be in varchar, वो मैं 70 देता हूँ उसकी strength, और फिर bracket close और ये semicolon enter, और मैं execute कर रहा हूँ. Here command successfully executed, so we got the table, ठीक है. So now we'll see. अब इसमें हमने ये टेबल तो क्रिएट कर दिया, क्लियर. So ये टेबल क्रिएट कर दिया. Now we'll be looking for the table which we have created earlier, the S details. So we'll go to query, we'll go to create query in SQL view. We'll write down select star from table is S details, semicolon, that's it. Select means a select statement which will retrieve all the data whatsoever is written in the S detail with the help of star. Star means all data. Select all from this. This is the table. So I'll pressing F5. So now there is an error. What is the error? Table not found. So as you can see that the table is in capital letters, and I told you it's a case sensitive language. So I'll be writing in capital. So I'm writing F5. So now you got the table here. Clear? So this was it for this creating a table and all. So one example will be covering here in this. Rest you can do both, and if you have any query you can ask. This will be creating create a database for stationery stock. So I'm closing this. No. Again, not with the help of this, but with the help of SQL code. So create table, what, stationery shop, stat shop, bracket start. Next is the items, items can be variable, can be character. Next is price. Price is in, what is this? Price is in integer only. Next would be your color. Color can be variable, can be character. And next is vendor, from whom you have purchased the things, stationary things, will be definitely in character only. Bracket close and execute. Command successfully executed. So just let me add one entry here, right? Let me add one entry. So how to add an entry here? Because you have created a table successfully here, so you will be insert into table name stat shop. Then after that उस stat shop में जितनी भी आपके कॉलम्स बने हैं, कॉलम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई होते हैं? ये जो इन्वर्टेड कॉमर्स में 3 4, तो यहाँ पे सीधे 1, 2, 3, 4 और ब्रैकेट क्लोज. मैं इसमें लिखूंगा आइटम्स कैपिटल लेटर्स में, बिकॉज दिस इज केस सेंसिटिव. फिर प्राइस, कलर, एंटर. नाउ एंटरिंग द वैल्यूज इन द आइटम्स. वैल्यूज में सबसे पहले आइटम क्या है? सिंगल कोट में आपने एंट्री करनी है. आइटम है पेंसिल, सिंगल कोट क्लोज, then comma, then price would be 20 also in inverted comma, sorry, single quote, then comma, then color is red, then the vendor is Nataraj. Okay, bracket close. और इसको हम डिलीट कर देंगे बिकॉज ये दोबारा एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगी. हमने इसको एग्जीक्यूट करना है. ये देखो, कमांड सक्सेसफुली एग्जीक्यूटेड. नाउ वी विल सी. सबसे पहले टेबल नेम देख लो क्या है, stat underscore shop. तो गो टू क्वेरी, विल चेक द select star from stat shop. What error we have? What is the error? क्या error था? टेबल देखो पहले क्या है. Okay, so the error is that we have created the table but it is not added in this. जो stat shop का हमने टेबल क्रिएट किया है वो हमारा टेबल्स के कॉलम में आया ही नहीं. So with which we came to know that with the help of commands we are not able to create any table here. We can only create the table with the design view, and design view is on the priority, it is not showing. Okay, and the next is your this one SQL commands. So SQL command is on secondary thing, but in the real terms this is the one, this is the language which is helping the users to create the databases. Okay, so for this we are done with both the topics, session 1, session 2. If you have any kind of query, you can ask me, right? So that's all from my side. Thank you. Have a nice day.